Checkpoint and chill. Oh guys, the Groovy Mule, Mr. Binary Numb.
I have an Xbox Elite controller.
The Wigan 1984.
What a knob.
Mr. Elvin Rush.
Oh no, my beer's gone everywhere.
Welcome to DZR, Checkpoint and Chill.
There we go. There's always some sexy music. Oh dear, we're live. It's good to be live. It's good to be back. I was away last time, so my apologies. But it was a really good show. I actually really enjoyed hearing everyone talk about Destiny.
It was good.
And I know, speaking of Destiny, Mr. Binary Numb, you've been playing a lot of Destiny lately, haven't you?
I have been playing a lot with Destiny. She's great.
Ooh. She's not cheap. He likes her tips.
It's good to hear that those names work across the world.
Well, she likes my tips anyway.
Worldwide recognition on the stage.
Whenever I've been logging into the Xbox a little bit ad hoc lately, just for an update or to check up on Titanfall 2 or something. And I tell you what, every time I've done so at obscure times, and we have a very different time zone, me and Binary, I have observed that it says Destiny, now playing Destiny. Could you tell us how many hours you've done in the last week? Any ideas?
Yeah, I'm probably into about, in the last 2 weeks, probably about 36 hours.
Oh, that's alright. I thought it'd be more than that.
No. I've got a job and a wife.
Yeah.
So,
Are you sure?
but yeah, no, I've definitely... Yeah. She just actually, because it's my 30th on Tuesday.
That's right. Congrats, brother.
Or commiserations. But she's actually made me an Xbox cake. There we go. So I'll show you pictures on Tuesday.
Everyone on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Nerd. Nerd.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that one.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that either.
Noob? He's a noob?
Oh, he's not a noob. He's got a cake. There's nothing noobish about the cake.
Oh, he gets a cake?
No, is
that what you said? An Xbox cake?
Yeah, Xbox cake.
Oh.
Sorry, Pretzel, it's our British accents throwing you off.
But the only thing she put
Yeah.
on top is an actual cake replica of the Division, like the Xbox case.
What?
It's very cool.
You mean she took a picture of the case and just had it printed on the icing?
Look at that vapor.
That's what she's done.
Where's the evidence?
I can get it. Do you really get it?
This is where he's going to drop his cake. Yes! He's going to throw it at the screen. You know that's going to happen here. Here it is.
God.
Can you see it? No, tilt it a little more. Tilt it a little more. Tilt it a little more.
Happy birthday to the ground.
It took 6 episodes, but we got rid of him.
Oh my god, that's a cake?
He's gonna fall.
That's crazy.
Oh wow. That's a crazy cake.
Hold on.
That looked like a PlayStation controller though, with an Xbox.
I was looking at my phone, for God's sake. I missed it.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
It's a good cake.
Happy birthday
You
to the
have no
ground.
idea how scared I wasn't going to drop that.
It was all like that. Please drop.
That hadn't even crossed our minds.
We were hoping.
No.
We were hoping.
We would have all... Actually, it's probably good that you didn't, because we all would have had to probably kick in to help you get a new one, because we called it profit.
And did you get a birthday present, Binary?
Oh well, no, it's not till Tuesday, so I don't actually. I don't know what it is yet. Can you tell what it is yet?
Oh, you guys wait for like the actual day of stuff?
Are you doing it?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
You're doing impressions of people who've been locked up? Is that what you're doing now? Did he not get sent down?
What's
Who,
that?
Rolf Harris? Really?
Yeah. I think he did.
Yep.
I think he might have done.
So, Binary, you getting a PS? You still getting a PS4?
Well, the box isn't big enough, so I may have to just buy my own.
She might have bought...
What?
Jesus, I nearly
Holy
died then.
moly.
She might have bought that Slim.
The Slim.
Oh,
No, maybe
yeah.
so. I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll
It's
find
not
out.
out. It's not out yet, is it?
There's
think
that
it's
one.
out.
Find out.
Yeah, but it might be out in England already.
Yeah. But now I'm curious to see that because that would be two of us that have acquired PS4s since being in the DZR community. So that's quite telling, I thought. But anyway,
You got a fucking rebate or what?
yeah, what's going on? Tax claim. Binary, of course, I didn't say who I am. I'm Gaz, but you know that. But of course, on the far end there, most importantly, is Mr. Pretzelponcho. How are you, my friend?
What?
Let me rephrase that.
that.
How are you, ass face?
I'm good. Good to see you guys and talk to you. I haven't really been able to catch up much lately. Been busy with work and
Jesus.
Drinking.
whoops.
You know, it's a true sign of an alcoholic when he says, I've been busy at work, and you hear 20 beer bottles go.
No, it's and like everybody's got these side projects and work too, but it's good to be on here and catch up with you guys. I was really happy to do it.
Yeah. I haven't seen you for a while, so it's been good. It's been good. And of course, looking rather dapper in those little glasses, Mr. Elvin Rush. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, not so bad. Plodding on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still living the dream.
Yep. No more.
Oh,
No,
What?
Stylus.
I've not played
You know,
for a week.
You know,
Not
without.
bad.
2 weeks, isn't it?
Oh no. Oh, okay. But what you've been dabbing in the Destiny?
I've been playing pretty much Destiny. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been fun.
You and Red Donkey.
Yep. He's having a lot more luck than me with the RNG,
Mhm.
which is nice for him. I'm
Alright.
not bitter.
Yeah.
welcome to the club.
The RNG in that game is pretty harsh.
That it is.
Yeah. I don't have enough 3 coins.
They can shove the free coins up their arse as far as I'm concerned. Have you noticed, right? When I take a talk of this e-cig, it drops the octaves of my voice.
It does.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Worked quite
Yeah, like
well.
with the
for that.
RNG.
You know when you like you cover someone's face and you muffle their voice for an interview. That sounds just like that. Okay, here we go. It's
He
coming. It's
touched me
coming.
in a sorry place.
Do it again.
What am I doing? I didn't take a big enough drag.
Let down.
Donkey
And of
said he
course,
just got another exotic.
next
Of
to
course
Alvin
it did.
Rush is another man who's been putting in the hours into some Destiny of late. Wigan, how are you, my man?
I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think same as most people, just moving across into the Destiny to dip my toe in Destiny to see
Yeah.
what she's like.
Yeah, you've always been a bit of a
She's moist.
I missed that. But
I
it
missed that. I
Probably
missed
wasn't
it.
good. Something about keeping still.
dear God. Wigan, you've always been a bit of a dabbler in things. And
I have. I dabble in many things.
Dabble in things.
That's one way to get a pedicure,
It's
isn't it?
I think I struggle to complete any story in any game that I play. I think The Division is the only game I've played through to the end, so-called,
Yeah.
to the end game. So yeah, I do have that problem. It's something I'm working on.
You have a problem finishing?
That isn't a problem. That's the missus.
and you're you've got your PC's on for sale, isn't it? You've put your laptop up on the eBays.
Yeah, it's on eBay at the minute. She's only got
Yeah.
24
Was it
hours
you who
left.
put that like 1 penny quote in?
It won't be, no. It's up to what's it at the minute? 380. Hoping to get over 500, and I've got a gaming build ready in the
If you want,
basket
I
ready
could do.
to buy.
I can put some fake bids in to try and raise the price up.
Oh, it's already happening, mate. Don't worry. Elvin's winning.
Yeah. With every hour that passes, he redoes his build. He's on
Yeah.
like integrated graphics in another 12 hours.
It is, yeah. Intel i1.
But yeah, you can promote it. You can promote it. You can put it on the Discord. No, don't do it on the Discord. That would be a bit weird, wouldn't it?
No, I have
Someone
done.
would want
Don't
your
worry.
laptop.
I've been doing it.
Oh, have you?
You
Okay.
could,
I've
yeah,
been spamming
you
it
could put up
everywhere.
on the Discord that you're selling your laptop signed by you.
Yeah, that'll probably take some value off.
I'll buy it.
You just take a big old black, like the biggest, fattest marker you can, and like put Wigan in cursive on the top of it.
You'd have to change it to damaged goods rather than
Yeah.
used.
Can you imagine if I
Spares
did
only.
that?
And
to-
it
to
comes
someone
with
who actually
a
paid
it comes
it?
with a picture of your fence on the wallpaper.
That's it.
Yeah.
Perfect. I should have done that. But
I had
any
a
bids.
I've had an interesting weekend. It's my Monday morning right now, and the last thing that I did, that I remember doing, was hiding a toy from my son, who decided to beat his little sister with it, and he cried so much that he vomited all over me, all over the carpet, and all over himself.
Oh my!
Nice.
Wow.
And I think I
Is
said
that
this in
not
the
because
Discord.
he was hitting her so hard with it? He sort of jiggled himself up as he's clubbing her to.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll
Go
love
on.
this, Elvin. Do you know what it was? The toy. You know what the toy was that I took from him?
Go on, what was it?
It was a fairy's wand with a little pixie heart on the end of it.
Nice. Surprising, isn't it? You don't need a Nerf gun these days. Anything will work.
That's quite apt, that, because it's Pride weekend in Manchester this weekend.
So, very masculine lad I got on the way, definitely. But
He'd be good at making shivs.
is what?
He's probably going to be good at making shivs.
Did you get the stain out of the carpet? Yes.
There's other stains there, but it's not too bad.
I was gonna say I found this stuff that's really awesome for stains. On the carpet. It's like black magic.
It's called anti-fluff.
Oh.
Look, I want to talk a little about. We've got a few things to talk about today. Obviously, we want to talk about Division. We want to talk about Destiny. We want to talk about some of the things that we've got going on in DZR. Binary could talk a little about some of those things as well later on today. But interesting enough, we had, of course, a state of the game that propped up with Division. And although we haven't had a lot of grandiose news in terms of content, of course, they did confirm in the state of game two things. One, that we are getting 1.4. But the chat kind of got excessively depressed and really quickly when they said that 1.4 is not hitting till October. So we're getting a patch. It's coming along. There's a lot of fixes underway. Not hitting till October. What do you guys say to that? Is that, maybe just flick around the room, do you think that's going to be detrimental to the community? Is that going to cause any concerns for the ongoing longevity of the game?
I think if what I've seen in the past is any example, it'll be fine. I don't mind, especially if they actually do make it better. My example with that is yes, it and Destiny are separate games. However, Destiny ran into some issues like that where people fell off pretty good based on what they were getting at the moment, and then it's like nothing. Destiny DLC dropping was like nothing I've ever seen before. Like people I know who said they quit the game forever would come back and check it out, and then as it got better, more and more people would come back. Like Taken King was like probably the biggest numbers boost ever, after also the biggest drop off they had after House of Wolves. And I think if they do it right and they put effort in and make a quality, at least show they're putting in effort and trying to improve things, I think that the people will come back.
Yeah,
That's an
totally.
interesting pretense, I guess, that's set with Destiny. I never really thought of it like that. But yeah, I had a lot of friends that were in that boat. I remember they just completely disconnected. But so
Yeah.
Taken King was a big deal, right? That really brought it back.
Oh yeah, Taken King ended up being huge because at first everyone was like, well, it's just going to be another DLC. House of Wolves, kind of everybody was like, meh. You know, some of us stuck around, the guys who've been playing, but I know a lot of people who came back and left or never came back. But then Taken King came out, and besides the word of mouth of how awesome of a DLC it ended up being, plus the reviews and everything, tons of people came back. I'm pretty sure it was their biggest number jump ever, besides the actual release of vanilla.
And that's funny because Binary, you obviously been experiencing the end game, so to speak, without better phrase, but sort of a phrase to say that you're experiencing the culmination that Pretz has sort of led up to over the last, what is it, 18 months? Has it been out 12 months?
Yeah, since September 2014.
Yeah. So, but Binary, have you seen that? Do you agree that you're going to see something similar with Division? It's hard for us to comment because we kind of haven't been on that journey, so to speak.
Yeah, I think it's well. I suppose so. From Destiny point of view, I've owned Destiny since Christmas, and I didn't even pick it up till 2 weeks ago, and I've had an absolute blast. But speaking to people, vets, I was to say that they had a real struggle at point after House of Wolves came in. But for the Division, I still love the Division. I still do play it. But numbers have dropped off. But I think they've taken a smart stance in pushing the content back, just to resolve everything. So there's a big community base that play it, and I think putting the game back into a better stance and a more balanced playing experience before a new content drops. Because if they don't fix it, it could affect the new content drop, right? Which is what which we don't know, but it could affect in how the survival is actually played, right?
I mean, it's more than likely going to do, isn't it? If they don't do something about it.
Yeah. It's the same in most business, right? If it's not right to launch it, you don't launch it. You sort of you suck that up. So fair play to them for actually deciding to push it back. It's just another month, right? Look, we've got hundreds of games to go and play. Once it drops, the people who did like it, or even people who didn't like it, I think it will just be sort of a similar experience. For if it's good, people will talk about it. Communities will talk about it. It'll be all over Twitter. It'll be all over YouTube, and people will come back again. Right?
Yeah.
Because they've already paid for the season pass.
Yeah.
They've already paid for the game. It'd be a waste of their money not to come back, just to give it a go.
Yeah, they'll at least come check it out for what they paid for in the beginning.
Exactly.
Which is good. Because hopefully they'll have something solid.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, though, isn't it October for the 1.4 patch that doesn't include the DLC?
Yeah.
So it's October for the 1.4, which are all these core principles that they went around, the 7 key principles they mentioned. So basically just a revamp of the game. It's going to be like Division 2.0 from what I gather from it.
Yeah.
And then that's going to drop in October, and it's rumoured to be November for the actual survival DLC. So that's November for Xbox PC and December for PS4, is the way I read it.
Yeah,
Also,
they said. I think Hamish said year end. They didn't say it specifically. I just took, I just kind of, I guess, assumed that. As you say, it's probably a fair assumption, knowing that we've got to wait. Is it 30 days between?
Yep.
Which again, it's just like seriously, just give it all at the same time. Let's get this on the road. But that's
probably
what they
where
said.
they got their funding from, though.
Sorry?
That exclusive is probably where they got the extra funding to pay to do the DLC, right?
No doubt.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So say the 1.4 without all the new stuff comes in, and it comes in October, and let's say it takes a month for the next DLC to drop. So we could be looking on PS4 into like pretty much either right at the end of the year for the, you know what I mean? It's gonna because PS4's then got to wait that month extra.
Yeah.
So you say
Christmas
October,
or New
so
Year.
November, so it's gonna be New Year, isn't it? For the last stand,
For the last stand is early 2017, they said.
right?
Yeah, but Last Stand, everyone gets that, though. Everyone
do.
gets Last Stand.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
it'd be nice for them to fix it, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? Because it's like even when you was doing you was trying to farm the 3 bosses, like when you do the last DLC, the 4 horsemen. Yeah. When you're doing that, you're still trying to compensate for all the glitches and all the problems with the stuff. You're trying to fire stuff in places you wouldn't normally, so you're sort of trying to compensate. So if the basics are right, it's going to make the game more fun. And if you can farm the stuff they've already got without worrying about all that, then I'm back in.
Yeah.
It's got to
And
be
if
a
they-
win, hasn't
yes.
it?
Yeah.
I'd rather
I think
play.
he's right.
Go on.
I was just saying, I think that if they bring that, because I know he was saying it's not the DLC, and we were kind of talking about it like DLC numbers as far as like the Destiny thing, but the update, if they do it right, and they apply what people want to see and put stuff positive changes that make people happy to play the game
Yeah.
in October, I think that's really going to be a boost for the DLC, and that you're going to have that month of everyone who is still playing being like, "This is things are looking up, things are turning around, and we're liking it." So that's going to put out in reviews and word of mouth for over a month for that build up to DLC and bring in even more numbers of people who weren't, and they have that month to decide, hey, they've been liking it. That sounds like it's worth trying out again, and boom, DLC drops. Then you got double the amount of things to try when that hits, and I think it'll be good.
And then looking from the other side, is you got Destiny launching Rise of Iron in the same month, right? So I think probably with them, they said, you know what, people are more likely to pick up Destiny, the new Rise of Iron drop DLC, than they are to play the Division. So let's take a month and figure our shit out. And then,
You think
and then
strategically that fit into their plans, the Destiny launch?
Absolutely,
The Destiny...
I think it did. Yeah. I think they would be stupid not to, because they know that most of the Division players came from a Destiny background, right? Because I don't think I've come across any Division player that hasn't come from a Destiny background.
Yeah.
Well, you.
Well, me, right?
Well, you
but, I mean,
and
the general
all of
population,
you,
right?
Me.
all of you guys.
Yeah, right.
You guys are
general
like
population. The general population, or has always been, from a Destiny background. It was the natural flow for them from all the marketing, right? It was a shooter looter.
I'm quite happy for the break, really, because like we said before, I think most of me, Elvin, and Binary, and most of the Discord have tried Destiny after this last DLC kind of dried up a bit, and it gives us time now. It gives us 8 weeks of, for me, more or less uninterrupted content on Destiny to catch up on the old stuff, year 1, year 2, and then you've got the Rise of Iron, which I'm guessing about another 4 weeks before 1.4 drops after that. So it's good. So it's good timing. I mean, I'm not upset by it. If I can come back when 1.4 drops for the Division and it's a better game, then it's all good.
I remember sitting there watching the state of the game and just waiting for the Twitch chat, and then as soon as it dropped, everyone's like, "Wait, what?" Like I could just feel the vibes. But I think you're right, Binary. You were talking to Destiny before, and that's like, I remember people used to get frustrated that we were making these comparisons. But to be perfectly fair, Massive made the comparisons before anyone else did. They used to talk a lot about Destiny, and they used to ask about. I remember specifically, I think they did a survey prior to launch, and they said, what about Destiny did you like? So, I think to be fair, I mean, people get frustrated that we sort of talk about the two, but they are interrelated regardless of what you think. The developers are watching it.
Yeah, absolutely. They made in all the if you listen to the podcast, their podcasts from the outset, and all the promotions, right? They reference Destiny and a lot of the mechanics, and you can see that they have taken their influences from that. I think it's just in their, Massive in terms of, the game that they've tried to produce is, it's adolescent versus, mature, seasoned developer. And they thought, and they're going to learn from their mistakes, right? If there does come a time when, Division 2 is commissioned, or, if Massive even win the contract for Division 2, right? I think you'd probably experience a very different game, but we are where we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are slightly, I'm just trying to think of the phrase, but they dug their own hole slightly in the comparison, because now I've played Destiny, I wouldn't even compare Destiny to the Division. They are two completely separate games.
Wow.
I'm slightly annoyed that there are YouTubers out there, and media and all sorts that were comparing it, because there is no comparison into the scale that Destiny has compared to the Division. The only similarity that I can put together is the fact that you shoot things and you get loot.
And it's online. It's online. Yeah,
there is no comparison whatsoever other than that.
And to be fair, you're not
separate games.
You're not downplaying the Division with that comment. You're simply saying the context.
No, in context, they are completely different games, right?
Yeah.
Completely different experiences. It's just mental that they were foolish enough I know I love Massive. I love all the guys that work there, and I follow a
Yeah.
lot of them, and I have great respect
Yeah.
for them. But
Yeah.
they were foolish to put themselves in that comparison. It's
I think
almost
that was
like a Conference League football team comparing themselves to an EPL team, right? It's just completely different.
I think one of the telling things when the first night I pre-ordered Destiny and I didn't play it, but anyway we picked it up just after my 40th, and like we was doing a strike. It was like, well, a few people wanted to drop off and go to bed, and it was like, well, we're doing this strike. We assumed, well, it seemed to be picking up. You got all the music kicking in. You can feel it ramping up, and was like, well, it's going to end in a bit, shortly. So, and then we kill that boss, and then it'd carry on, and you'd be like, shit, it's not even the end, and you're like, you just keep going, and like when you've done like 900 hours of Destiny, it's shocking because you just don't expect it. If you've gone from playing the Division and you've never played Destiny, it's an eye opener. There is a huge difference. Look, I enjoy. I expect me to put the same amount of hours into Destiny as I have with Division, and I love both games. But yeah, I wouldn't compare them. It's not something you'd want to get drawn into. Not
It's cheap.
I think it was part
I
of the problem that they ran into in the end is the fact that there was such comparisons, and were not that they said they were making raids, but raid like content,
yeah.
that kind of stuff. Like now
Yeah.
you guys can see why when we went into Falcon Lost, we went into it and like we were like, wait, the APC is the last boss, like this is it. There's not like more to it.
I,
What's going on? Like
I remember it sinks in, yeah. Now it does. But I remember back then, as you say, I was like, what are they, man? I mean, are they not happy? I mean, okay, Falcon Lost is boring, but come on, man. But you're exactly right. From what Binary's been saying, with some of his experiences in the last, I haven't really leveled up beyond a couple of levels, I think level 1 or 2, but it's just a different experience, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Well, for me,
and I
it
think
was.
yeah.
No, go on, Pretz. Go on.
I was just saying, I think that, especially now that you guys have seen it, and I always disliked, and we didn't try to trump it up a lot. I mean, it was talked about even on our cast, and like you said, the media and everything. That it is unfortunate that it was so compared to Destiny because it kind of really set the mindsets of the players up for just not living up to what they were expecting because it is a different. Not that it's not good, but or in its own right, the core of the game is a great game, and I really can't wait for things to start like fleshing out with the new ideas and fixes they've got coming. But it was definitely unfortunate for the mentality of the players trying to get into Division with the whole Destiny comparison stuff, especially if you were coming from Destiny and having that put into your thought process, like, hey, it's a Destiny comparative game, when really
Yeah.
it's its own entity.
Yeah, in reality, we did it the best way. Is that we all got in, we've got into the Division, loved it, and then gone to, then started Destiny. I think that is
Yeah.
like, that is the perfect way to take it. And like, I'm not taking anything away from Division. I'm definitely coming
No.
back. But
Yeah,
I
I
still
was just
play it.
playing last night. I'm playing both currently still. Like, yeah, I still
Yeah.
enjoy them.
And of course, if you're not already on there, do make sure you check out duckzoneport.com and click on the community tab to join the Discord, because I think some of the things we're talking about are actually alleviated. I mean, people are on the forums, and if you check out Reddit, etc., you get that vibe of like this frustration. But the thing is, whilst I think that has settled in a little bit in our community in terms of the division, I think by and large it's just been an opportunity for people to meet up. You've got people like Origami Train. You got Captain Underdog. You've got a whole bunch of lads and veterans on there, and what they've been able to do is to just spark conversations around little things. Like, for example, some guys in the DZR community will just hang in the in a safe house and just see some noobs come in and go, "Yo, what up?" And 5 minutes later they're playing an incursion, and like that's cool. So like there's still community there. There's still people starting the game, right? And let's not let our downer, so to speak, sort of impose on some of those new players, because we've still got apple Stratelic beer, whatever that is that Pretzel's throwing at the camera.
It's for Donkey.
For Donkey. Oh, it's
He was
Donkey's beer.
asking.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool that we're still able to champion the cause. So if you're feeling a bit that way, don't feel disheartened because there's plenty of content, there's still plenty of players, and there's still plenty of people sharing the love. So jump on our Discord community to get your division on. And of course, if you're not, it's okay. There was a video that SkillUp did, which I think was quite good. He did a video about about Destiny. And his followers just went nuts and went, "Oh, jump the shark! He's gone. He's left Division. Oh, how much are Bungie paying him?"
They're not probably paying him anything.
Yeah, right.
I don't even see it as a downer. You know what I mean? I
No.
think we've all done hundreds of hours on the game. We all love the game. I think we can openly talk about its downfalls and nobody hates the game. I think the fact that we still we're still talking about it and shows that we're not on a downer. Yeah, sometimes there's not positive things to talk about, but it doesn't. They know what they need to do. They're addressing it. They're going in the right direction. I mean, I don't think we could ask for any more from them. They've done what I mean, there's been many people saying, look, let's stop with the DLC and let's get the basics right, and that's what they're going to do. So that's all good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all good.
I can't see anything wrong with It's only going to get better, especially now they've delayed it. I mean, for me, PS4 weren't getting it anyway. I'd kind of put that to the back of my mind anyway, so I'm not fussed. It could be like a new game if they just fix it. I don't see it as a downer.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah. Well, and it could Destiny, different games. However, Taken King, when Destiny came out, that's literally like what Elvin just said. That's like literally what we said was this is a whole new game. Like they took everything we've said over the last year plus, all the numbers they've crunched, all the stuff that they've been holding back from us. Like we were literally like, why didn't you do this in vanilla? Like this would have been amazing from day one to have been started here and made things better from there. But when Taken King came out, it was like, wow, what we've been waiting for this, and you've had this in your back pocket the whole time, man. Because they really changed the whole game when that happened. And that's kind of the feeling and the hope I have for this effort that they're putting into Division is like they're going to bring it out and be like, we didn't get to make it how we really wanted things to work and how everybody's feelings, and thoughts and ideas, we've compiled it all and gotten the best we can, and here's an improved game. And I'm really looking forward to that. Like we still like Division. We do. We play it. I'm waiting for it to get better. It's great. I'm not. We don't quit on it. And if you are still playing, guys, for plug on what Gaz was saying, we do have a channel specifically for the Xboxers right now. They're working a PvP strategy,
the
tactical
Wrecking Crew
channel. So that So if you're looking to improve your either your PvP group or your PvP abilities in the Dark Zone, they're putting together come join the Discord and hop in there and find some guys who want to run it effectively and be able to handle whatever rogues come their way.
And you've got the Armory cast, of course, for that special nuance of I was going to say Destiny, of Division love.
Yeah.
So it's on the brain. Check that out too, because that's pretty cool. Hoagie and the crew have been working hard to compile. Really, I think it's the culmination of Endgame, baby. That's a cast that I think is to watch out for, because you're talking about experienced lads, you're talking about guys that have been grinding the DZ for a long time, you're talking about guys that have been experiencing all the different gear sets and testing and playing. So check that out if you haven't already. I think we've had one episode and there's more to come. The second one will be coming up this week.
Well, you want to talk about people experience. You want to talk about the guy having sex on a dance floor. My crew, that's what you want to talk about. There's an experience.
Doesn't need to swing that guy.
Oh man, so unexpected. Oh my gosh.
Pretzel, welcome to Checkpoint and Chill.
Oh man, that guy. That was good. That was good. That was a good episode for
Yeah.
sure.
But look, that said, of course, we know that to sort of wrap this up, Massive promoted this amazing all expenses paid trip to Malmo in Sweden
Pretty cool.
to get this. Yeah, I'm impressed to get people on board, get people in, and to get people making suggestions. Almost like it sounds like a workshop scenario that they want to do here, where they're getting people from the community to come in and say, "What say you? What would you improve? What would you fix?" I guess maybe a round table. What would you, if you guys were going to go over there right now? What's the one thing you would say? I mean, what would you? Is there one suggestion or something that you would hint or say to the guys?
For me, it's relative loot, because I'm sick of putting hours and hours in and getting absolutely fuck all back in return. So if no matter what you did, you got something and you made progress every time I logged in, then I don't know how that's done, and I know it's not easy. But you need to have that reward versus time input. Has to be better for me.
Yeah, and I think that kind of thing will get. I mean, as I said, I think I said this earlier at a cast, but my whole, I mean, Pretzel, you know about Rent a Crowd, but the whole crew pretty much left me out in the wind, naked, just.
Is it cold?
It's cold. But fortunately, there's a DZR blanket, which is awesome. But Pretz, would you have? I mean, you've always had some really. Not tooting your horn here. Actually, no, I am tooting your horn. God damn it! You've always had some good insights into things that I think Massive do well, and things can be improved. What would you say to Massive if you were going over there right now?
Oh man, I think after bugs, I think I'm with the same. Just in to clean it up.
Yeah.
And because that takes away a lot of negativity right there, and a lot of ammo if they were to clean up. I understand it takes effort and time. I'm not saying like, hey, it's something they need to snap their fingers to do. It's just I think that is something I think that would help take away a lot of ammo that a lot of people have for the game. On the negative side. There we go. But yeah, I'm with Wigan on with the loot. I think that if they adjusted it somehow, I don't know, but I think it can hold you in a little better. Like there's a couple games in particular I could think of that you can generally end up at least getting some kind of improvement with a particular game I have. Even if you come on for 20 minutes, if you're focused on it, you can something you do will produce something you receive that will end up being an improvement for you, or you at least feel like you got something out of your effort for the day.
Yeah.
That's what
and I think
Destiny's
that's
like at the minute.
yeah.
Is that what you're saying by a game
that you
A
play?
game we play sometimes. No, but it basically I think that yeah, it is, and I think that he picked the right one with that as far as I think that would be a quick fix, maybe not fix, but that would be a quick like people come back and keep messing with it if they can, because it's hard to. There's so many gear sets, and you're only looking for even if you're looking for one that not everybody else is looking for, like super hard for you to end up with the pieces you want. And on the one end, that's not bad because there's that little bit of grind, and you're trying to get that perfect piece. But at the same time, it'd be nice to be able to like. I don't know. Maybe if you could modify the pieces a little more, you get a piece and you can like, I don't know, somehow improve the productivity of the effort put in, whether it's a little bit or a lot. I think it's just kind of like he said, like he's some of the guys are upset, like they'll come on for 3 hours and they're like, I didn't get anything. Why did I come on?
Yeah, I mean, it's been. I'm like that. I mean, last time I played Division, it was like it's weeks ago since I swapped something out. You just you're not expecting it, and if you're not in a group and you're not doing it for the banter, then I couldn't even like imagine how frustrating it would be. If you're just trying to like progress and not just have the crack, then yeah. So it doesn't even need to be much, does it?
Yeah.
It's just something, even if it's just a couple of numbers, which is
well, yeah, because even like with Destiny, even if you don't get gear, say you don't get an actual piece that improves your light level, they have those. They have for theirs, and it works with their system. Is you can improve faction level, so you can go do an
Right.
event that gives you some experience towards a faction. That once you hit
Yep.
enough experience with that faction, they give you things that
There's
will improve
another
your light level.
level of nuance to it. Yeah, but and that's really interesting, isn't it? Because the funny thing is, no one here has actually said, "I want more content." I'm not saying you don't want more content, but isn't that fascinating?
No.
Like the key suggestion here, just in three of us so far, has been, tweak the reward, give that sense of acknowledgement and success and achievement that you get from,
Yeah.
say, other games that do this well. And that's not about making I mean, obviously, it'd be lovely to have a 10-hour incursion or some sort of big event, but let's get the basics settled, and maybe we can look at that in 2017. But I don't know, we'll see.
Well, that's it, innit? That's the addiction, innit? Games, mate. They know what it is that it pulls you in. It's that I'm succeeding in something. I'm
Yeah,
getting a bigger number. It doesn't need to be something like massive.
yeah,
It just needs to be something to just make you feel like, well, I got an extra number on the list. It doesn't need it to mean anything. It just needs to look bigger. Do you know what I mean? Because most people at the end game, if you've put a shed load of hours in, you've already got the build. You're already playing, you know what I mean? But if you feel like, oh look, now I've got like 3 points bigger on this scale, it doesn't even need to be like
Yeah.
noticeable. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It could be
just,
some way to improve mods. Because yes, we can craft mods, but like say you're able to come on and save up like 200k, or you just hit 200k credits all of a sudden, and you can put that into like adding a couple percentage points to one of your mod pieces, so you
Yep.
can progress your gun a
Yep.
little bit more
yeah.
almost anytime you come on or something like that. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of cool. Instead of having to recraft waiting to recraft a mod that's 10% better, you can like slowly adjust that mod a few points every time you get like some money to spend, or you complete something that gives you what you need for it or something. Like that alone would be something.
Sure, fuck am I ever doing
One
that?
thing I find that I like with you guys is that I was going to mention this about Gaz was here, but anyways, the fact that now you guys are playing Destiny, but it's so late in the game that I have this torn feeling of like I want to show you everything, and I want to take you on tours, and I want to like express to you how much I had fun with this game and all the things you missed out in year one. And then the other half of me is just wants to be like, Noob, you suck. You can't do anything. Why can't you jump? This is so easy. What do you mean you don't know the name of that gun? What do you mean who's Atheon? Are you kidding?
I get that in every group I'm in.
Yeah, me too. Me and Elvin did our first raid. Was it Volta Glass, Elvin, weren't it? We did it with Barca. And he just, there was only 3 of us went in. And he just sat at the back, didn't he, and just giggling away in the corner. And me and Elvin were like, "What are these things running at us? What the fuck?" And we're like, "What do we do? Just follow that fucking light, follow the light." So we're just running for the light. I fell down this well and found this door that was opening and closing. And I'm like, "Oh, I found the door. This is where we have to be." So I stood there in the middle of this dark corridor for 10 minutes, and then Barca's like, "Yeah, Wigan's just in a completely wrong place. Don't even know where it is."
run to the next light.
Yeah, run to the next night. So you and Barca ran off, and then but after that I had to climb out of that fucking well, and because you two had gone on, there was no light left. So I'm following these little tiny pillars of red things, and I couldn't run because the darkness weighs you down, and it just took me 20 minutes.
Oh, you were doing Crota.
What happens to
Okay.
me though is like I'd be running and I'm in front, and because I'm incompetent, I just generally assume I'm running in the wrong direction. So I turn round, you know, when you get to the next light, and then I had no fucking perception of spatial awareness, and then I just get totally stomped by the things. Like, run to the next light. It's like I'm just spinning around in circles. I have no idea at that point.
So we did that.
That's Crota though, isn't it?
Is it Crota?
Yeah, it's
that's
Crota.
So we don't even know the fucking name. So we did.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hilarious that you guys are like, I was doing this raid. It must have been Volta Glass. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't even know what it is.
No, we tried it though. And then we got to the point where we have to make the bridge by standing standing on the circles of
Yeah.
doom or whatever they are.
Yeah.
And there was only 3 of us, and Bar says like, no, you can't go any further with this. So I was like, thanks for that. So then we went into Crucible, didn't we?
Oh
And,
yeah, we fucking kicked it.
I think
we were just like
I
fucking.
think we played 5
awesome.
matches, didn't we? 5 matches, and we won all 5. And
Well, we lost. We did lose one.
did we lose one?
I thought we lost one.
It was mainly Bars. He was like 40 kills and 3 losses.
Oh, yeah. But it was our assists that were fucking kicking.
Yeah, my assists were like up there, but my kill to death ratio, I think at one game, it was 2:30 in the morning, fucking pissed out of my head with Elvin. And
It was a team effort.
I think he had 1 kill and 17 deaths.
What's wrong with that?
Crucible was tough, man.
It's all about the banter. Do you know what I mean?
It was.
We
Really
might
good.
not have killed them, but we killed them with words.
I tickled them.
If they could have heard, they'd have been psychologically scarred, and it'd have cost them thousands.
It would have.
Of counselling.
So when you start using test weapons in the Crucible, that's where it gets fucking tough.
Destiny does have an example of like a bad community moment, I guess you could say, in that like when Vanilla came out, for until they brought it out, everyone was complaining and begging, like literally it got to where they were like begging Bungie for in-game chat, like sound chat channel basically.
At the end of the game.
And then they were like, it took them a little bit, but they brought it out. They're like, hey, we're doing it. You guys been asking for it. You've been wanting it. We're doing it. And then literally no one uses it ever.
I didn't even know there was in-game chat.
No, I didn't. Because we always go in as a party, so.
Yeah.
There is
because I mean, it was for like matchmaking strikes and doing Crucible to communicate with the team that have randoms and stuff like that. But nobody uses it. Nobody ever uses it. You can't get anyone to use it. You can even hop on there, you hit like the up on the D-pad to switch channel to like Fire Team or to the game chat, and you're just like, hey, does anybody want to like work together as a team and talk to each other and win? And nobody, there's nothing, just crickets. Nobody ever uses it. It's ridiculous, and I always laugh about that because I'm like, people were like, you better give this to us. We need this. This is gonna make the game so much better. And like, not once have I used it to talk to anyone because no one will talk back to me on it.
So what you're actually saying is gamers are a bunch of bitches. They're like moaning about what they've not got, but don't necessarily want it. They just want to know they could have it if they needed it.
They're like, well, we have it now if we wanted to use it. However, we're not going to use it.
Sounds very familiar, doesn't it? But
I always laugh about that.
I've enjoyed it, that crossover into...
Bar said the community was a bunch of dicks in year 1.
Being able to jump, though, is like night and day.
Oh, it is. I love it.
So much fun jumping.
Jumping's
I'm a
easy.
warlock.
Oh yeah, me too. Jumping's easy. It's jumping and shooting at stuff.
Just wait till you play something with grounded as a debuff on it.
Bloody Red's got to level 300. I tell you what, I don't know what he's been doing to RNG, but I don't want to cast dispersions, but he must have been sucking him off and putting his balls in his mouth because fuck me, I was throwing 3 coins at the screen last night and I was getting jack shit.
You guys, you need to if you're not doing the raid, you should need to be doing faction stuff that will increase faction ranks. So faction rank or Vanguard rank or Crucible rank. Put on the boosters and do those, or Challenge of Elders if you got. Well, you guys are too low for that. But
what's a booster?
Challenge of Elders is quite good.
So you can get consumables. Yeah, it's in your consumables. You can get like a Crucible rep booster. Basically, if you turn those on, it'll help give you more rep per accomplishment of things that give you rep, and it also affects the faction you're using too. And every time you get a package from a Vanguard, Crucible, or one of your factions, the item, the like gun or armor item you get from those is higher than the light level you have now. So that's one of the quicker ways, or one of the easier ways if you can't like smash raids yet.
What I've been doing is the Oryx's Court on the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Where you can
putting the runes in.
Yeah. The Court of Oryx also works really well for that.
The tier 3 one. What? We got like 5 random people doing it. You just cream through that.
Yeah, actually, that was another thing that made that that was one of those things that came out in Destiny that everybody was like, "This is awesome." Where has something like this been the whole time? Because you could round up what is it? You can round up 9 people. You can get 9 people in there at once.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in Destiny you can get 9 people together and just even though it was hard to get all your own people in there, it took a little work in trying to communicate with people through PSN Messenger. But you could get 8 or 9 people running Court of Oryx for an hour or two. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Those
Yeah, I
public
mean,
events are great. They are.
yeah,
Really
I
Yeah.
mean, and that we've not even touched on the fact that there's an app. Every
No.
now and then I
Yeah.
catch myself and go, "There's an app. I can actually sort my gear out on this app." It's just
It's not
Yeah,
Android,
but
though,
see,
is it?
it's lovely.
here's the thing though, because you're so late into the game here.
All
The
right,
app,
don't be a
the app has
baby.
existed for a hot minute, but the app they literally it was they had it, they didn't have it, and then third parties made, because they at least opened the API, and
Yeah.
third
Yeah.
parties made these apps for on the computer or your phone to switch stuff out, and then they made one to try to do it, but it was worse than all the third party ones, so everybody kept using the third party ones, and then finally recently the actual official app is actually useful in switching gear out, so now you can use the actual Destiny app for it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? So what we're saying is that in another year, somebody's going to buy the Division cheap, and they're going to be
Yeah.
like, "This is fucking amazing! Look at this!"
Yeah. I hope so. That's what I'm looking forward
Do you know
to.
I mean, I would like that anyway. But people in a year's time are going to pick it up when it's all fixed and sorted, and they're going to be like, "Oh, this is fucking this shit." Do you know what I mean? It more so than we are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, isn't it? But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just testing it. We're testing it, and that's what I think is cool. Because that we were the testers for Destiny, but Bungie didn't quite bring us in the way that Massive is about to for Division. And I think that's really cool in that we really the people who've been playing it for the last few months really have been testing it. We've been testing the crap out of this game. People have been breaking it as hard as they can. They've been finding all the things that they would like to see better, and now they're actually gonna bring people in to communicate face to face with them about those things. I think that's really awesome. It's we have this entire legion of testers out there. Let's bring in the best ones and talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. And
should
yeah, it is
really
pretty
apply, really.
funny. Was that?
Should really apply because my wife always says I'm testing. So I mean, I just put that as the reference.
This is it.
Couple of sentences why you should come over. My wife says I'm testing as fuck.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that day too, because it's funny listening to you guys when you all finally picked up Destiny. And you're like, the fuck didn't I play this before? I'm like, yeah, why have you not played this game before? It's great. It's fun. Blast.
Yeah, I think I kind of pre-ordered it, and I must have either life took over, or I must have been sucked into something else. I think it was the time where I ended up getting sucked into Diablo 3.
Yeah. I mean, it happens, but it's just funny.
Yeah.
I think
But,
I
I mean,
tried
where
it. I'm sure I tried it when it came out in vanilla, and the end game just wasn't there. A bit like the Division was when it first came out.
You did need, you really, I mean, we do now, but even more so back then, you really needed to have some guys who played with you and stuck around.
Yeah.
Because it was amazing the amount of people who'd never run the raid before, and things like that. If you went on and looked at, if you go look at the trophies, I bet even now, if you go look at the trophies on PSN or Xbox, I'd like to see the Xbox ones, but it'll tell you, the percentage of people who've completed simple stuff. And you're like, wow, people didn't even make it past the first strike or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
the only
Bas is
thing
saying.
that-
Go on.
No, you go, bro.
Bas is saying in chat he uses that Division Destiny tracker. The Google Chrome plugin.
Yeah.
He said that's
Google
sick.
Chrome plugins, that was the way to go before the app actually finally became useful in the method of switching gear.
Right. So that's one of the main reasons. We should all smart these.
Jesus.
Did you hear his voice?
It's these. I'm telling you. It
Makes
might
him
be
talk
killing
in
me,
slow
but
motion.
Well, that's it, isn't it? It might be killing me, but it's a good fun, isn't it? It's a fun death. I'm dying.
Well, being alive is killing you, so.
Yep.
No, yeah, Barca, you're right. Bottle Glass is probably still one of the best. It was
So
good.
Still
what's the
haven't
It
vault?
completed
was.
that.
What's I'm not sure I've not done Vault Glass. What is that one?
That's the first raid they came out with. It was like you had to be level 27 to get in or something. It was either 26 or 27. And Vanilla Destiny came out, and I think it was like a week or two after the game released, they brought out the actual raid. After that, they had an update to bring the raid, and like everybody was basically racing to prepare for it.
So
And it was
what's the
just
actual
this.
like setup of the raid? You know, like what are the bosses?
Uh,
I don't.
You'll drop into Venus when you start the raid. You drop into Venus outside the gate, and so actually it was kind of it was hard for people in there in the beginning to even get into the raid, because you would actually have to fight your way in. In that, the first part was there's a big door, and then there's 3 plates that you have to keep activated while like this little tower builds that shoots a beam to unlock the door. But if you get knocked off one of the
That's like the
plates while you're
spire, yeah.
fighting all the Vex that come out, or if the Vex get on the plate, it'll stop building and actually deteriorate if the Vex are on it too long. So you have to maintain control of these plates while fighting these waves of enemies that are just coming out, and everybody has to work as a team to like support the weak plate. Because you generally you run like 2-2-2, but you don't always have everybody is as strong a player as the other ones. So you're just trying to keep these plays going. Actually, people got it down to where they could run it. They got in. I think somebody got in with 2 guys one time, and it was like that was pretty impressive. But
I'm not listening.
you get
I've
you get
noticed.
through the.
Spoilers. I'm not listening.
Oh, are we spoiling?
Spoilers.
Are we spoiling for Wigan?
Yeah.
I would really want to go in blind because it's
Well,
dead.
take your
Dead.
glasses off.
Well, yeah, going blind and just. But I
Well,
just
you
want
want
to
to
do
you want
like
to do it now? You want to do it
just-
now? On
well,
I just
you want to do it now?
I'm,
I just thought he didn't like you. It was like every time you spoke, he took his headset off. I was like,
my
well,
bad.
that's building a bridge. Talk about building a bridge.
No,
I'm
what,
just
what,
good.
Oh yeah,
What-
and then Galahorn Barza just brought that up. That gun was like, he's right. It made everything able to be done by yourself or with a buddy, because that rocket launcher was awesome. The funny thing is, I picked I think that was a week 1 or week 2. Zer sold the rocket launcher, the Galahorn, but nobody knew what it was. I bought it because it had the stuff. I had enough credits to buy it, or what it was, a strange coin back then still, whatever it was back then to buy. I picked it up and put it in my inventory, and I actually didn't really bust it out until much later in the content when everyone realized what it was, and I was like, oh, I have one of those in my inventory. They're like, you have one? It's not leveled? Level that thing up and bring it out. And then it turns out to be like, the most productive gun in the entire game, and everybody's trying to get one.
and you
And then
can
they
get it
sold
if you pre-order it, can't you? If you get the Iron Banner, Galahorn.
Yeah, the new one for Rise of Iron, yeah.
That's
They have it
that's-
coming out again in black, but they didn't bring it into year 2. So right now it's only a year 1 rocket launcher. But if you're doing patrols or some of the older stuff, it still works really well.
I want to organise a DZR raid night though on Destiny.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
So like every Thursday night or Tuesday night or something, where you've got like 3 or 4 people blind, and like 2 or 3 people who can help us, kind of shooting stuff at the back, laughing. Oh shit, we are, and just doing that. I want to plan that soon. But we got 7 weeks to do it until Survival comes out, or 1.4. So that's my plan to get all that content done. Because it's good, and just listening to Barca freak out is great.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's nothing better than a gaming session listening to Barca eat crisps, or what he calls crisps, which are dried banana. Which for me isn't a crisp, but for Barca he's all over that. And if he can get 60 chicken wings delivered, he's all about it.
I thought it was 70.
Well, I don't know what it was, but it was too many. I don't know what he was doing. I think he just fills his mouth with them and sticks 2 up his nostrils, and then because his girlfriend she just stabs him with food. I always think she's got like a little towel over her hand, and she comes over with a silver tray. Would you like to try some of these, sir?
Do you
It's
like
like
a-
that, you know, like
It's like a wafer thin mint.
yeah. Like, would you like a wafer? Just a little wafer, mint. fuck
Who's
off, I'm
that?
full. That's Barca. He's like, fuck
Oh.
off, I'm full. Hey, yes.
God, he's done.
Did he do that trip already over there to you guys?
He's on his way back now. This has become the
He's already
Barca show, I
back.
think.
He's already back.
Did you guys get to link up?
No, he shied away from it.
It was too scared, I
Not
think.
surprised.
Yeah.
He wussed out. Oh man.
Yeah.
But he did go to Soho, went to a strip club and spent a lot of money.
Did he?
I don't know, but I'm saying it.
Yeah. He ain't
Spend a
getting
lot
fed
of
any
money,
food
so
this week, is he?
Well, I'm going to wrap this up. So, guys, I'll do the wrap up and then you do your thing. So, thank you, Pretzel. Thank you, Wigan. Thank you, Binary. Thank you, Elvin. I'm Ogaz. And this is DZR Checkpoint and Chill. And we'll see you next in the dark zone, the light zone, the play zone, wherever the hell we're going to be. We'll see you on the DZR community. We'll see you very soon.
Checkpoint and chill. Ogaz, the Groovy Mule, Mr. Binary Numb,
I have an Xbox Elite controller.
The Wigan 1984,
What a knob.
Mr. Elvin Rush,
Oh no, my beer's gone everywhere.
Welcome to DZR Checkpoint